Hey there, Salem South Lion patrons. It's Sarah from the library, and welcome to your very first modern homesteading video of 2021. Now, some of you, I'm pretty sure quite a few, considering it was #1 on Netflix for many weeks running during the stay-at-home order, are familiar with a little show called The Home Edit. That's right, Clea and Joanna of The Home Edit. I am here to admit that I binge watched their show. They're super entertaining, have a lot of great core ideas about home organization. For those of you that aren't familiar, their home organization company, that they built it on social media platforms, and it became this huge booming company to the point where they now have their own brand with the Container Store. They have several books like this, The Home Edit. This happens to be the library copy. It's going back, so if you want to check it out, we have others of theirs as well. But it's all about how to organize and edit your home. I watched the first few episodes of the show. Like I said, really entertaining. They have really great core ideas and simple philosophies that I think anybody could apply to their home organization. One thing that I got caught up on, though, was the amount of money and materials that they put into organizing someone's space, which I understand because, as I mentioned, they have a brand with a Container Store. So of course they're going to use their own brand to organize people's homes that they're hired to do. And it is a great, clean, sleek look. I mean, look at on the cover here, look at how nice and organized this pantry is. Everything's clear and labeled, and it looks great. But I couldn't help but wonder, there's got to be a better way to do it, a more sustainable way, a way to put a homestead spin on their core ideas about organizing your home. So I'm here today to bring you the Homestead Edit, based on Clea and Joanna's philosophies, but with a sustainable homestead spin. Are you ready? We're going to tackle the pantry. So as I mentioned, and we're using Clea and Joanna's The Home Edit philosophies to do this. Basics, their core tips, are to edit, categorize, and contain your stuff. 3 core tips, that's it. I think you all can handle it. So the edit, of course, is the big purge. So whatever area of your home that you are looking to organize, whether it be a closet or a bathroom or kitchen or laundry room or basement or, kids room, whatever you're looking to organize, your first step is to edit or to purge. Go through everything. You want to separate out your keepers from the things that are trash, the things that are donation, the things that you can recycle, or the things that you can reuse in your organization process. So that's your first step. Edit. Go through everything. I know it can be daunting. Take it one drawer at a time, and I promise you can get through it. So once you've gone through everything, go back to your keeper pile. Go through the items that you're keeping and categorize them. As I said, we're tackling the pantry today in this video. So categories for the pantry range from very general or basic, like baking supplies and snacks, to something more specific, like baking supplies can be broken down into flour, chocolate chips, sugar, etc. Or snacks can be broken down into crackers, kids snacks, granola bars, trail mix, however works for you. This is designed to be customizable to the area that you are organizing, to your personal habits and purchasing practices. So adjust as needed, right? This is a template, it's a guide. For me, I used a combination, and I think that a lot of you will probably find that that is where you lean as well. So contain. This is where the homesteading sustainability practice really takes over their central ideas and the place that I really got hung up watching the show contain. You want to find a way or a system to contain your things, right? But it doesn't have to be going out and buying clear plastic acrylic containers like they do on the show, like they feature in most of the pages of their book. It doesn't have to be that. It can be, and I know a lot of you have these laying around after the last 9 months that we've been ordering things shipped to our house, and after the holiday season, I'm sure you have a number of boxes, right? There are so many different tutorials and Pinterest posts and different things about how to repurpose a box into a storage container. Cover them with paper, cover them with fabric. There's a bunch of different tutorials on how to wrap them with rope to make it look like a woven basket. Cover them with all kinds of things. Do you have wrapping paper left over from the holidays? Maybe you don't always want a storage bin in your pantry or your closet to be covered in Christmas trees. Turn the paper over. Most of them are white on the other side. Write your label on there, right? Use the box, use your paper. Also, recyclables. How many of you buy things that come in jars? Glass jars, plastic canisters. They're all designed to be nowadays one use, right? They don't have to be. Take the label off, or if you're lazy like I have been here, just turn the jar around and relabel it. Or you could stick a label over this. This one was really hard to get off. I didn't want to put the time in, honestly. But there are lots of great ways to take labels off. Again, lots of tutorials to look up. Depending on the type of adhesive and how much is used, this one, the entire surface of the label is glued on. A lot of them you'll just find dots around the seams or a strip of glue. They're easier to take off, but there are lots of different ways to take glue off. Almost all of you by now probably, whether or not you want to use it to remove a label, have hand sanitizer at home. That's one of the top things to take labels off. Hand sanitizer or rubbing alcohol. So take the labels off. Use what you have. Or if you like a certain style, like I like these canning jars, pick one up every once in a while when you're out. You don't have to go and buy enough to restock your entire pantry right now. Work them in as you find them, as you can collect them. My mother had this Tupperware that used to have a tray and then the little holes that you set the cupcakes in, and a plastic top that clipped on. She busted the tray at some point, and all she had was the round insert to hold the cupcakes and the top. I commandeered the top, and it is now housing all my baking supplies. Lovely label right there. So all those little baking supplies that come in these tiny little containers, sprinkles and vanilla and baking powder, that always seem to cause the clutter and the mess on a shelf or in a cupboard, are all contained in one little spot. So the next step is labels, right? Their big thing in the Homestead edit is labels, to the point where they have their own line of labels that actually is Clea, one of the women's handwriting that they turned into a font. But you don't have to go out and buy fancy labels. You don't have to go out and buy special stickers to print fancy labels. By all means, if you want, go ahead. It's an awesome look. Everything's cohesive and consistent across the board, and it makes for really clean looking organization. But one of my favorite tools for labeling is a dry erase marker. Simple as that. You're writing on glass, you're writing on plastic, right? Maybe it's something that you don't buy all of the time, right? Or maybe it's something you start buying more of, and you need a bigger container. Look how easy it is. Look at, no more chocolate chips. Maybe now this one is going to be tea. So if you like the flexibility of the dry erase but not having to relabel all the time, there are alternatives. Dry erase labels or a dissolvable label that can wash off easily. Or if you don't want to go out and buy these, packing tape plus dry erase marker. There, easy, flexible. You can change the label if you need to, or update it if something, say you eat all of something, you can erase it. Or if you change what's in there, Same thing with Sharpie. What's wrong with permanent marker? Permanent marker and tape. Clear label, as they showcase in their book. This one's going to be permanent, but how hard is it to peel off tape and put a new piece on if you have to change something? So I think we've covered what? We've covered the edit, pretty self-explanatory. The categorizing, again, I think you guys got it. And all your container and labeling options. So now you're going to see me put my pantry back together. I'll see you guys on the other side. Now that we have all of our stuff out of our space, it's been gone through and sorted, we have done the edit and categorize part of this reorganization. I'm ready to load it all back in on these shelves. Putting everything back was exhausting, I'm not gonna lie to you. It took several tries, just a lot of playing and maneuvering, getting things in there, deciding where they wanted to go, what you used the most that you wanted at a convenient reach, what can be shifted, how it all fits together. It's a big puzzle. It took some time. And as you can see, it looks different now in these final pictures than it did at the end of the video. It's worth the effort. And if you get it to a place that works and is organized for you, it meets your habits, it's easier to maintain, and it's going to make life just that little bit less chaotic and hectic in the long run. I hope this has encouraged you all to take that leap or check out some books that we have, not only the home edit books, but the different organizational books that we have at the library. And make 2021 your year. Get organized, streamline it, and get it as efficient as you can. Happy homesteading.